Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to SpeedForce Racing. Welcome to round 2 of the Premier Division here in Germany. But I'm not alone tonight. Out of his cool cryo sleep chamber is Ice. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing very well, my friend. Thank you.
That is absolutely brilliant to say. So, before we get into chatting to the cool man himself, Ice, getting them in early, yeah, I'm going to go through the championship. So, after last week, round 1 is how they finished in the race. So, User in first position, ahead of Dobby in P2, then Stam in P3, and Peter Solheim in P4. VSR Francis is in P5, and Mixilius Drama is in 6th. Hamilton is in P7, and Nikos is in Nikos is in P8. Sorry, CSR Ollie is in sorry, not CSR Ollie anymore. Ollie is in 9th, and Glocky is in 10th. Outside of the top 10 was Carlos, Futo, Valakos, Stabber, Mark NUFC, Vinblank. Oh, I can't say that name. I do apologise. It's the Williams name. ZBLBXRSERK. AJ, who unfortunately couldn't race, Orchard David, and F1 Senna. So, here we are. Round 2, my friend. Round 2. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Hopefully this is going to be better than the GP2 race. I really do hope. Since it was carnage.
Yeah, GP2 was a little bit touchy-feely last night. And unfortunately, Ice was caught in a bit of a touchy-feely moment, but hopefully you can bounce back next week.
Yeah, I should have stayed asleep. Realistically, I should have just stayed asleep. I shouldn't have come. I should not have just come to that race.
Well, it was a
complete waste of my time. Oh my god.
It definitely will be interesting.
For that as a...
Oh wow. So you can tell us a bit more about the Germany track now.
About the Germany track?
Yes, Hockenheim. That's actually the only German circuit you know, isn't it? As you've only just got into Formula One.
I mean, I had the early 2016 game. I played it on there. I discreetly remember it, but I was awful at it. I'm still awful at it. It's my worst track on the game, easily my worst. But saying that, Hungary is my best, so Hungary's next week, so that'd be decent.
Ooh, yes. So, Germany, Hockenheim. Not the Hockenheim that everyone likes, but I do like this layout. This has 17 turns in a circuit length of 2.859 miles. It says difficulty easy, though, depending on what the weather is like, it could be a little bit difficult. The lap record is a 1:13.7 set by Kimi Räikkönen in 2004, which was a good year. It was a good year for Formula 1 2004. Obviously, famous for having the 2004 Ferrari. As I remember that I need to press spectate to do anything. Just remind you, yeah, you're on spectate too. So we're just waiting for all the drivers to get in before we do anything. So
I would not class this track as easy. Maybe I'm just bad at the game, but I'm awful at this.
To be fair, honestly... every track has a level of like skill needed.
It's just that one corner on every track which is just awful. I just can't get around it. I remember in Singapore, I think it's just not overextending that turn 2 is just, it's a pain. And turn 1 here and in the last sector as well, clipping the if you touch the apex or if you get up on the curb, you're going to go spinning. And you're just going to be doing donuts. So you got to avoid that the best you can, to be honest with you.
It is a fantastic track, though. I mean. Did you watch German Grand Prix this year in 2018?
I did, yeah. I watched Vettel have a bit of a temper tantrum in his car.
Yes, unfortunately, our dear friend Sebastian did have a bit of an issue in that Grand Prix. But I'm not a Vettel fan. I don't like Ferrari much. I do now because Charles Leclerc's up there, fanboy. But I felt really bad that he crashed out of that one. Because it's his own Grand Prix, he'd done everything right, and then just sailed into the barrier.
Well, I mean, he took the win from Hamilton in Britain, so I guess he kind of deserved it.
I think it was great that this year drivers could not win at their home tracks.
Yeah, that was kind of hilarious as well, and the fact they did in Italy as well. The Mercedes did the formation all the way around. A few angry faces in that Italian crowd.
That happens a lot. Yes, Zippo, of course you laughed, being the Hamilton fan you are. But yes, we are excited to take you around Germany. We're just waiting for a couple more drivers to get in. We're waiting on... who are we waiting on? I think we're waiting on Hamilton himself to come in. Who else in the Williams? I've got to look at my list now.
Just 2 more people.
Where's my list? Who's in the Williams? Jack needs to know who's in the Williams. Williams, we're missing. Got a step. That's the Force India team I'm looking at. Not even Williams. How
We
blonde are
got
you?
both ways.
Yeah, we have a reserve driver in KLC 73. Is KLC 73? That is the best rhyming name ever. Is in reserving for us tonight, and we have in Force India. We're meant to have. As I try and read the list, because I'm being dumb and I can't read the website. We're waiting for Valakos to come in, and then in Haas. Who are we waiting for? Haas Stam. No, yeah, Vimblank we're looking for. So a couple of Dutch drivers we are missing. Oh, and obviously Hamilton, who is waiting to come in himself. But we have Lee in here right now, who's just doing the invites, because obviously we have to have Lee in here to do invites.
Yeah, Lee's a bit of a liability, isn't he? We need him. Always.
But yes, all the drivers are anxious to get on track. As you can see, everyone's very excited to come here.
Honestly, we quite. I think I don't know what. I think I do like a low 11 around here. I'd like to know what kind of times these guys can set. To be honest with you, I'd probably expect like a low 10, high 9.
It will be fantastic to say. And now, if you haven't seen GP2 from last night, I will reveal the pole time from last night, because last night it was a 1:11.656. The second place time was a 1:11.657.
That was crazy.
It was a little bit close, to say that. So, Lee has left. Valakos is here now to get in the car, so he needs to get into his Haas quickly.
Hamilton's here as well.
Yeah, Hamilton's here. We're just missing the other Force India driver, which is a bit odd. But still, 19 cars are about to go round for qualifying here in Hockenheim. But yes, this is going to get fantastic to see everything that's going to happen.
Well, we didn't have a safety car yesterday, did we?
We did not have a safety car yesterday. We had a few nightmares coming into what's it called, into turn 1, and the run round turn 1. Turn 1's very quick around the circuit. But yes, it didn't have a safety car. We didn't have any chance of rain, so it could be very interesting to see what happens tonight. But yes, we are completely on our own. I actually slept in the commentary box last night, so SpeedForce Circus is still here. Yeah, I did. You came up here. You don't see me shaving? Of course not, because I don't shave. Why would I shave? Oh, hold on, you don't see my face yet. See, I'm sat here, I'm always wearing a helmet, and same as Ice, so we don't see each other's faces. We just like commentating with helmets on.
Yeah, we got like a brick wall in between us.
Farrah saying he's extremely out of practice tonight. Ooh, okay. Should be interesting to see.
You can get those excuses in, boys, quickly.
Yeah, it's only qualifying first. But yes, I love this circuit. I do really like this circuit. Hockenheim and Silverstone were some of the things. I was never really taken by the Nürburgring as a circuit, as KLC leaves the session. That is going to struggle, and if he comes back into the session, he'll be able to qualify, I think. Should be able to. But still. Yeah, so the tyres...
I don't think he can.
Oh, I don't know. He's got his car in here now, so it should be interesting.
Actually, no, yeah, he'll be able to take control of it.
So, just a thing that we need to say. Last night, we saw the ultra soft tyres melt after 4 laps. I'm not kidding. Genuinely, they melted. So, it'd be interesting to see if any of the Premier drivers have learnt from that stream and will not be going out on the ultra soft tyres themselves.
I mean, I think it was only me and Farfborough after like 6 laps. I think it was 6 laps that we stayed out, but they didn't feel awfully like bad. They felt okay because the straights, it was just so powerful against the harder compounds. So I guess you made up the time in a straight line rather as they caught up in the corners. So it was like a kind of a healthy balance.
It was very interesting. We saw quite a dramatic incident with the championship leader, Senna and Stabber are the first drivers on track. See how they're on medium tyres on the car. I'm not sure who we are missing, Lee. Sorry about that. And I've just been informed apparently there's rain at the end. I'm not sure if that's rain at the end of the race or rain at the end of qualifying. Could be interesting. It is a bit dark ahead, but here is Stabber in the Williams.
I'm gonna have to refigure out how to use this bleeding table.
Right. Oh man.
Fast. Oh right, I've sorted it out. We're all good. There we go.
So a few drivers are coming out on the ultra tyres, including Dobby and Senna. So they'll be going quickly in qualifying, but in the race, if it's the same conditions that we had last night, it will be a melting fest. And we saw, obviously, as I mentioned, a big end of the race rain, so it could be a nice end of the race.
Although there is a few soft runners, for instance.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. So, Stabber is our first man on to go onto a lap on the medium tyres. His Williams car getting all lined up and brilliantly into the first DRS zone of the weekend. See how he takes turn 1. Pretty well. Dropping down the air, passing Orchard David, who's still in the pit lane. Very tight, tightens up towards turn 2, now braking hard at 100-metre board towards the long DRS straight. Isn't really straight, overcooking the rear end just a little bit with Stabber, but he's able to control the car brilliantly. Coming round at full pay down the DRS straight. It isn't really a straight, it's more of a kink now, but still. Now down into the hairpin, the best overtaking opportunity of the weekend at the 100-metre board. Braking brilliantly, lining it up, and then powering out of the hairpin. Oh, a little bit early, sending the car into a slide, but he's still on track. Coming through this nice kink, which is really just a straight line now, into the first little stadium section here. Hello, everybody watching. They're not real.
In the Mercedes grandstand.
Yes, that is the Mercedes grandstand. Coming will not want to touch those speed bumps on the left. Now into the difficult long stadium section. We saw Hamilton mess up here in 2014 in qualifying. We saw Vettel mess up here in 2018 in the race. And looks like Stabber is not going to mess up either place. Gets around now into the final corner, getting around to show the fans what to do. Look at all of those seats open round the final corner, and the opening gambit for tonight will be a 1:13.5, but Senna's about to come across and he goes for a 1:11.0.
Alright, well that's quicker than everybody in our league already.
Definitely is. Dobby now coming around to set his lap time. Can he improve and beat Senna? It looks like he can't. By 3/10 he's off on the first gambit.
Hamilton's very wide.
Where is Hamilton? Let's have a look at our friend Hamilton, who's running
the new stadium section right now.
Oh, he's sporting a new helmet tonight. I do like that helmet, you know. Oh, look at Mark NUFC on the soft tyres, a 1:11.9. Very wide for Hamilton there.
Yeah, I think he invalidated. He's not even open to the DRS.
Is Stam now in the Haas. Havlor jumping in already. He wants to say that Peter Solheim's going for the win. That'll be interesting to see how that all works out. Oh, across the line comes Stam Optic, and he goes P3. A good lap from Stam. But again, those ultra tyres are not going to last very long in the race.
I mean, I remember I went over that yellow line just like Stam did, and I got invalidated. So I'm a bit confused about that, honestly.
It might be that he lifted off, and you might have just powered over.
Does that make a difference?
Sometimes it can. Depends if you gain time over it.
I say, look, Francis just went straight over. It was good tyre and a half over.
Oh, wow.
And he still sets the lap time. What?
What car do you drive again?
The one that's in the barriers, mate.
Whoa. Oh, yeah. I had to think now, thinking who's in the barrier. Hamilton then again going deep to his ultra soft tyres are not warming up. Sayuza now, championship leader, all getting it all lined up. Ollie's gone though. Has Ollie crashed out in sector 2 and 3? Sayuza pulls into the pit lane, championship leader.
Okay. I don't see anything.
Oh, bout a lag there off Falakos. Big lag.
Whoa.
Big lag off Falakos. Here's Nikos.
I got a lot of lag, right? Jeez.
And Carlos GB's left for session. Oh dear. And oh dear, Icebot has left for session. That was a big battle of lag. Hopefully Ice will rejoin us in the commentary box. I may need to send him another invite in a moment. He still seems to be in the session, which is good. Hopefully he can rejoin in a second. So he just got a bout of lag. Hopefully he'll be back with us. So yes, here's Hamilton now trying to set a better lap time. Here he is.
I don't know what just happened, but...
Did you knock your ice machine over?
Maybe. Maybe.
See, I really want to make Arnold Schwarzenegger jokes, but I think you're too young to remember Batman and Robin.
Well, no, I don't remember that.
Oh, God.
No.
Okay, won't do that joke. But yes, here's Hamilton. I've got to say, I do love Hamilton's new helmet he's running.
Hamilton, oh Jesus, where's Hamilton?
Gold and red.
It looks like it's got like a metallic black on it as well. That's nice.
He still can't set a lap time. Hamilton's really struggling this time. Here's Peter Solheim just warming his tyres up. I don't think he is happy with the length of his tyres. His teammate AJ has not left the pit lane as of yet. Still getting very interesting later on in qualifying here.
Neither is David.
Yeah.
David's coming around now.
Just looking at David there.
Starting it.
Yeah, he's just about to start his lap as well.
Look how wide he is.
Just bumping a bit over that curb, isn't he?
Yeah.
Whoa, I think that's a little bit too wide though at turn 1.
Mm-hmm.
Clipping the barrier. You hear the Sauber car groaning in pain as it comes through. Hamilton now still not setting a lap time. We're just pressuring him to set a lap time. Peter Solheim just coming around to set his lap time, but I think it's a pretty... It's in lap. Whoa, Dobby's left the session. I think another bout of lag has just hit the... Yeah, more lag hitting everyone right now. Fotio's left the session. I think we've had a mass lag spike right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we're having a mass lag spike. Something's happened. Oh dear. So we've had a mass lag spike, which has cost us a moment here. So I don't know what's happening here. So I'm going to exit this session. Looks like we're going for a restart. Do apologise, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just trying to see what's happening here. Just getting mass lag out, I think. I think we just had a mass lag out. I think we'll be going for a mass restart now. Should be helpful in a moment. We'll just see what's happening right now. Everyone's going for... I'll be going for a glitch while all people left. Right now, we're just trying to get everything sorted. Lee has kind of get us the invites there. Hopefully, it should be okay. So we're going to restart, and we're just going to work out everything. We might be diverting to a one-shot qualifying. I'm not too sure yet. And we will see if we can get ice back in. So we're just going to sit here and I'm going to chat for a moment. So, hello, I'm going to chat here for a moment. Hopefully Ice can rejoin us. So just going to check. It might be that lag, that Ice has had a mass internet crash. Why it told us. So, just going to sit here and chat for a moment. But yes, it is one of those things where you just got to sit here and wait and chat for a moment. So, I am going to just do, not do that button, do this. We're going to just put a... I'm hitting every wrong button. I'm going to put on just a few cycle through the cars here. So if you don't know what cars we can run, there we go. Have a look at all the cars. As I'm trying to think of things to say while I'm on my own, and we don't have any co-commentator right now. It seems that Ice is still going. Everyone, we're just hoping that everything's okay. Gonna keep searching through the cars. I'm not going to show TT, Paris, no way. I've not actually done any TT on this game because I don't believe in it. I think it gives you a false pretense of what's happening. So yeah. Ice. Hello, mate.
Yeah, my PlayStation does not put up with people from Greece. Sorry.
Whoa.
It just doesn't work.
So yes, we've had a mass lag out. Lee is going to be hosting a lobby, and he'll be sending out invites in a moment. So he's just going to get here and sort it out. I'm just currently cycling through every car that we have on the F1 grid. So yeah.
You know, what I might do. I might just quickly restart my PlayStation just to refresh it because it's a bit buggy at the minute. I don't know what's wrong
Yep,
with it.
that's fine.
Give me 2 seconds.
But yes, it's gonna be interesting for this. But yes, so if you have any questions, just drop one in the chat now, and I'll oh yeah. No, I'm not gonna have a look at that, Faris. It ruins the mystery. Have any questions? Drop me anything, as I'm gonna get into the lobby now. Da, 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 da. Get into the lobby. He is just doing invites now. Drivers will not be allowed to go as of yet, due to we haven't got ice with us yet. Just gonna spectate, so everyone gotta wait for everyone to get in and get in ready. Yes, it's all I think the weather will be customized towards everything. We had a big lag spike, so we're just hoping that all of this can get sorted. It shows that we're not perfect in SFR, but at the same time, as I try and work out how to send an invite to Ice, to quickly do that. Do apologise for this. I should just be restarting the page, and she should be in momentarily. But yes, it shows how organised we are. We have jumped straight into the backup plan, which is getting Lee to host a lobby. But yes, any questions? Put it on here in the chat right now, and I will answer it and sing to you. Maybe not the second one. There we go. Send him an invite. Do you think the construction should be wide open now? Well, since we had to restart Prem, I think it'll be wide open to see how all the other cars react. I mean, we have AJ as a full-time driver now, which is brilliant. He did some great job as a reserve. But yes, it's right now very interesting. Am I coping without you? Oh, hello, Mr. Bentley. Here's Ice. Hello, mate.
Hopefully everything will work. Please.
Yeah, we're just waiting on that. We've got a few drivers waiting to come in. So, yes. We are waiting on, I think, KLC. We're waiting on KLC. A few other guys. You're in the lobby. You're spectating. It's good. We've got 20 drivers. I think KLC will not be able to race due to the fact that Lee is having to sit here. So he'll have to watch that. We've got one Williams missing. And then one Haas missing. Not sure what's happening now. Lee is not able to spectate because there's already two. Oh, wait, I'm not spectating. There we go. That's a major blunder. I've had that done before, and I've made a major mistake before. So all the admins are just discussing things right now. So yes. So hopefully we won't deal with the lag again tonight. It should be okay.
Hope is a big word.
Yeah, I can hope. I'm going to just start ripping some things off the internet on my end as well, just to be sure that my connection's okay. They're just discussing weather right now, short qualifying. So we're going to go back to a short qualifying setup, and we're going to wait for all of the people to be announced, to be told to go back to qualifying. So this will be a slightly longer stream, just because of the issues.
Do you know if it's going to be a dry race, wet race? What was the...
We are attempting, I believe that we're talking about changing the weather. Yeah, we're talking about changing the weather right now to match what we had before, as we have drivers in the chat talking about what weather it was. So it should be okay soon. Yeah, weather has changed to custom, so it should be okay.
Great.
Yes, this is a test of attrition now. But everyone is everyone, I could see that every Premier driver is raring to go in and out of people that are messaging in the chat right now. But yes, so drivers have not been told from what I can see to get ready yet. Should be interesting to see as my door makes a big bang. Not sure what that was.
Yeah, see, everyone's on 4 greens on my screen now, so.
Yeah, I got a few not on full greens, but you know.
Hopefully, it will all withstand and not kick me out of the lobby again.
To be fair,
It signed me out of PlayStation as well.
oh, that was a big one then. Must have been a surge because there's been a few surge.
Yeah, I did have another account signed in when I was playing Overwatch before, but I guess that's what
Man, how did I not know you play Overwatch?
I play Overwatch all the time. So
Mate, I have Widowmaker tattooed on me.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. I genuinely do.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I
Don't
do.
lie to me.
I genuinely do. I'm gonna prove it. I'm gonna take a picture.
You have a Widowmaker tattooed to wear on your body.
On my arm. On my arm.
How big is said tattoo?
You're about to see. I'm gonna send you a picture.
There is no way.
Yeah, I do.
It's actually decent.
She is pretty, and I love her.
You're a Widowmaker, mate.
No, I like Tracer. You see, we devolved into talking about Overwatch now. But I'm a Tracer main. I really like Ashe. But this is I just sent it to you, mate.
Alright, are you like a platinum or no?
Nah, I am. Yeah, I am a plat actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't need to see this.
I have a few tattoos, ladies and gents. And Paris jumping in, sweeping forwards with I'm already Tracer.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah?
Oh my god. Is she pointing the gun back at her eye?
Yeah, it's a Widowmaker Daily comic that I saw. I really liked it, so I took it. And I asked her if I could have it, and they said yeah. But I think all the drivers will be sending, will be going over the track in a moment. We're just waiting for everyone to ready up.
That's actually crazy.
Mate, I'm planning a Tracer one and a few more.
Oh, you get Roadhog, please.
Nah, man, nah. I've got Roadhog as a pop figure, so.
Oh, don't say that.
Mate, I've got so many. I got the Halloween, what's it called, Mercy Zenyatta, and I got Ashe as a pop figure as well. I'll send you them later.
Wow.
And Havler sweeping in with the RB Bastion. Oh dear, I've been told that my bandwidth's a little bit slow right now.
They're buffing Bastion, just FYI. Don't know why.
Yeah, so I've heard.
To do that.
But we'll leave Overwatch in the lobby as you see me and Ice getting more acquainted. Now I can make a lot of May jokes. But yeah, so we'll leave Overwatch at the door and we'll go back to racing now.
Jesus Christ.
You can't get over the tattoo, can you?
No, I can't. I did not expect that.
I got a few tattoos. I got 6.
6?
Yep.
I don't think I'm gonna get any fancy.
I love the tattoos. I wanted a tattoo since I was 4 years old. No, I don't think anyone in SFR knew that. I've wanted a tattoo since I was 4 years old.
Why?
My mum got one. I've always wanted one. First one when I was 16.
What are your 6?
I'll explain that afterwards. I am planning a Silverstone tattoo though.
You're gonna get the whole track of Silverstone?
Yep.
Like on your back or something?
Nah, I'm gonna have it somewhere I can see it myself. Maybe on my hand or something. But here we go, qualifying.
Go on this one. I was gonna say, wasn't there like, so just after the British Grand Prix, wasn't there like a thing where they said they need to pay like extra money to even have the Grand Prix there in like 2 years' time or something? I remember that being something.
Right now, the British Grand Prix is under threat by moving from Silverstone, but there's no track in England that can take the British Grand Prix. Nowhere in the UK that can take the British Grand Prix ever.
Oh,
it's not big enough.
Have it around London, straight to London.
Yeah, that's the talk, but at the same time, I don't think that'll be the best idea. Lee is in the Williams, but he will not be racing, as you see one Williams already leaving. I think that's Stabber once more. Every driver now piling out of the pit lane, wanting to get it all going, and they're clearly just going, right, we've had a warm-up, let's try it again.
Yep. Who was the first out, do you know?
Stabber is the first out, then Nikos is second. The Finnish driver will lead us away, I believe. Apparently the custom weather is messed up and it's saying it's fully dry. Oh dear. Oh, well, it's set to custom weather, and we have customized it, so maybe the rain will pop in later on. Not too sure yet. We'll just have to wait and see. It's a little bit stressful. We do apologise for what's happened, but okay. We're going to have to just go with what's happened, and if everybody has a problem with that, then blame Codemasters.
Who wants to race in the rain anyway?
Me, because I was always quick in it.
You're always good in the rain, so you're like a little mini Verstappen.
Oh, don't say that. I'm bigger than him.
Wait, how small is he?
I don't know, but I'm 6'4", and there's not many people taller than me.
Actually, yeah, to be fair, yeah.
I mean, I didn't meet Nico Hulkenberg. I saw Nico Hulkenberg in real life. He's so much taller in real life, and yeah, he's awesome. Nico's great. He's also upside down a few times, but you know. Oh, I think Steber may have invalidated his first lap.
Yeah, he went wide.
He's still going for it like crazy, though, isn't he?
He's on mediums. I don't see why not. I doubt he'll start on them. I reckon he'll switch to softs.
Could be interesting to see. But yes,
Hamilton's on ultras.
Yeah, Hamilton thinking about going on ultras. Once again, as we said, all the drivers, the ultras. Look at that, AJ's out already. Sector 3, there's a bit of a, not a mess up, that's just because everyone's getting out of the way to start their laps. Valakos now has got to think, right, I've got to get out of the way of Steber right now. Steber is on a lap, and you don't want to put him off. So the blue flags are waving, and this is when Valakos needs to move, especially now. Yeah, that's a good move there for Valakos, knowing what he's doing. A little bit late, though. Didn't make it obvious that he was going to let him through. Now, coming around the Williams, the final time we see the Martini, or the Martini stripes on this car for this game. So it should be interesting to see what they come up with next year. Coming down towards the end of the line now, Steber opens up with a 1:14.1. Here is Nikos in the Ferrari, goes for a 1:10.9. What a lap time for the Ferrari driver.
It's incredible.
Dobby and Senna pop in too. Where is AJ on all of this? AJ's about to come around the final couple of corners now. He's got a Red Bull ahead of him. I think that might be Francis. Very wide there for AJ. I think he's invalidated it. No, he hasn't. He's going straight for it. The man who we call Mr. Bentley has invalidated his lap time.
His next lap will be invalidated as well. This one is now on, so I'll thought he'll pit.
Here's Glock. Is that Glock? It is. Oh, losing the rear end just a little bit.
Nick Silius.
Oh, the Ferrari's right up there. I think Glock has just invalidated his lap right at the end. No, he hasn't. A 1:12.5.
Try and find. I was looking at somebody a second ago. I'm trying to find it.
I'm on board with Steber right now, following Steber as he comes around the final couple of corners to set his first lap time because his one was invalidated. He crosses the line now and he goes P10. Is Stam.
A lot of yellow flags.
Yeah, there are. There's people driving into the pit lane or getting slower down. Stam crossing the line and goes for a P6 time, a 1:11.7.
Ollie's doing a Hamilton as of right now. Just drove straight across the grass. No regards for anything.
The reverse Hamilton. I'm not sure. We saw that in GP2, but I don't think there's any form of punishment for that because it's just qualifying. It's all okay, I think. As long as, to be fair, go on.
I didn't even watch the end of it. So I was so infuriated. so ridiculous.
Obviously, if you want to know what happened at Ice Bowl, have a look at it on the stream. Give us more views. But on board with Hamilton now as he's coming around. He couldn't really get a lap together originally in the first session before the mass lag out. Hopefully that is all. Pardon?
It's so wide. Like, that invalidates for me.
1:12.6. So it seems Hamilton's still struggling around this track.
You can go a lot faster than that. Maybe get another second and a half. I think. What was the GP2 time? It was like 11.6, was it?
11.6 was the pole time. So right now, most of pretty much all of the grid, apart from P5 up, are well below that. But P6 down are all slower than the GP2 pole time, which is something we don't normally see in Premier.
Dobby's also out on his outlap. Can't wait to see him win this race.
He's not beginning any stocks, and KLC has rejoined, but he'll be starting from the back of the grid. Hopefully he has a car to get in.
He'll have a stock setup if he's starting the race.
He will, and we saw what happened, though, at the start of the Grand Prix in GP2 with someone who ran a stock setup, but that is all to be looked at on that stream.
Oh. Deborah's sliding everywhere on the back end. Does not like that corner at all.
I've just been told by Paris that anyone running the ultra soft tyres should be aiming for a high 9 or a low 10, and that is sort of what we got right now, sort of borderline 11s. Mixilius is coming back out. Could this be Ferrari's first front row lockout in SFR Season 3 Premier round, the new Premier division that we had to reboot? So we've rebooted it. Better than Michael Bay rebooted Transformers, because that was terrible. But we'll see what David can do. I believe he's just pulled into pit lane. Sauber pulling him into the pit lane, saying, "Nope, not enough. Get in." His teammate, though, Carlos, is on a lap now. Tell you what, the blue on his helmet goes really well with the car.
Wait, if I can find it, oh yeah. That's nice. I don't know how you get that shine, though. I spent, like, the next 2 hours trying to get a shiny helmet.
You gotta find a metallic helmet. I'll do it for you if you want.
I mean, I'll find a tutorial on YouTube. Probably easier.
You do know I designed a load of helmets for people last season.
Did you?
Yeah, did a lot of them. But Carlos seems to be struggling. Oh. We'll discuss this after the stream. When I've beaten you in Overwatch.
Why Francis is on the grass, just come out of the last corner. I don't know why he's over there, but he is.
He might have just had a bad run. Here's Ollie, he is on a lap now.
He was all the way over on the grass, like, next to the barriers. Mixelius has just started his lap? I think he's just started. No, he's back though.
Look at Ollie now, TCG Ollie, who is in P16. He hasn't had a lap time devoted to him yet. The 23 car getting all loaded up and ready to go. And Ricky's here. Hiya, Ricky. How you doing? Everyone excited to see how the Premier Division acts up and shows off tonight as we're looking at Ollie. Still coming around on his lap. Followed him since the second DRS straight. Sorry, the third DRS straight on this track. Go for every number possible as he comes around the final couple of corners. The medium tyres seem to be serving him rather well right now.
One of the Mercedes coming through. Sayuza starting his lap.
Ollie invalidating a lap. Nice. Oh no, he hasn't. Ollie serving a lap, but he's down in P17. AJ still in P16 as well. So more to give, but these drivers going for the harder options. Senna right up there with a 110.8.
That is very close at the top. Very close. Within a tenth of a second, just over. It
is nice and close. Let's have a look at the leader. Yeah, just under a tenth of a second between Mixilius and Senna right now. But it'd be interesting to see if the Ferraris can power back up and take that again. Looking at Valakos now, aiming to match his teammate. That's always your protocol. Beat your teammate first, but beat everyone else at this point. And he goes nowhere because he was 5 seconds off. Tell you what though, whoever's behind in the Red Bull is going to have a mighty tow from Hamilton coming through the far sector. The Mercedes seems to be serving Hamilton well. I love saying that. Hamilton in Mercedes.
Mark only sets a 113 on the Ultra Softs, which is, I don't want to say bad, but it's not the best.
No, it's not. Maybe he had a messy lap.
He's made a mistake somewhere.
Or he's taking it slow to tease us.
Or that, yeah.
Hamilton has backed off his lap now. Mark in USC is currently in the pit lane. Well, he's currently in the pit lane bit as he's watching, trying to get out of the way of drivers. He's coming up to a tight bit now. He's staying well out of the way of Orchard David, which is very well done. So, 7 minutes left to go qualifying, and everyone's starting to scramble, thinking, okay, we need to start thinking on strategy now. And it'll be interesting to see how all of these drivers react with the impending end of qualifying. Steber about to come around the final corner now. He's on the soft tyres now, the yellow wall tyres. He gave up with the mediums by the looks of it, and he's going to instantly go, oh, not much faster. Oh, and he cuts turn one, an absolute treat. Is AJ once again still on those medium tyres, still confident with those. Obviously, AJ has had the experience of watching the cars drive after last night's comm session that he sits in with me. Don't have to tie him up anymore because he wants to have a number one car. He is not champion here, but still, we haven't got a Premier champion, so he's just nice and comfortable with his number one, and he's allowed that number one. We're not going to argue with him. He earned it somewhere else. Here's Sayuza doing 4 laps on his medium tyres.
Sorry, I had to do something there.
That's alright, I thought you disappeared. Didn't even notice you were gone, I was just chatting to myself.
Ah, thanks. I would have thought Mixilius would come back out, because he did come out and then he's gone straight back in again.
He may have just maybe he's trying to do something with the wings, trying to get the wing right.
Maybe.
I'm bored with Sayuza now, who's on his 4th lap on these tyres, aiming to improve on P9 right now. His teammate though is in P12, so this is getting very very dicey, very interesting to see what the Mercedes can do. Obviously Sayuza is leading the championship. Seems to be more of a race driver than a qualifying driver, but maybe he's going on strategy here in Hockenheim versus going on the all-out best strategy for qualifying, which is the ultra soft tyres.
I mean, if I could redo this, I would go on the softs, 100%.
Sayuza does improve to P8.
Last so much longer.
Yeah, they did. They last a lot longer. As I believe, engine glitch. The first one has risen up, and it's on Francis's Red Bull. So the screaming sounds of a Renault engine is starting to cry. Around the final corner now, is Francis going to improve and beat Sayuza? It looks like he hasn't. No, he hasn't. He was 4 seconds down. It's very interesting to see how all of these people are pushing hard on these tyres. Here's Ollie. He is just starting his lap now. We followed him around last time. But in the same power as Sayuza.
Sayuza, I don't think he's on a lap.
No, Sayuza is no longer on a lap. I mean, I wouldn't too if I was doing 5 laps on those medium tyres.
Oh, gee, I didn't even see that. Wow. He's going to come back out again, I would have thought.
I would believe so, yeah. But yes, here's Ollie once more in the Renault. I gotta say, I wish Renault's numbers were a little bit more defined on the game. They seem a little bit blurry compared to everyone else's.
Yeah, running number 23.
I like to look at that. I think for me, I'd be changing my number a little bit if I drive in that. Not when I run number 13, because also that's tattooed on me. But I might change that if I ever get signed. If I ever go to a league where I have to run a different car, like a Red Bull or a Renault, I might not run 13 there, just because, you know, because how it looks. But Ollie goes P10, it's a good lap time for Ollie, especially on the soft tyres.
Also, the thing with Francis and Sayuza, they just have, I mean, they're obviously not going to start in the mediums, but if they did, Ollie would be in a very bad position.
They definitely would be.
He needs to be in front of them.
Alrighty then, so we're heading towards the final couple of minutes of qualifying here, and I'm looking at Valakos as he's about to start his lap. He is on the ultra soft tyres now, so he's taking the risk of wanting to go for the ultra softs. Be interested to see if any of these drivers have realised how bad the ultra softs were last night. You never know, could be brilliant tonight, could just be of GP2, who knows?
It could be. I mean, it depends if it's like a cooler track, whereas ours is just like full blue skies, sunbeams. I reckon they could go for maybe 7 laps at a stretch.
It'll be interesting. Force India in P7 looks pretty alright, trying to match his teammate once more. He is the one of the only drivers on a lap right now, so we're going to stay around him. Coming into the hairpin now, see how late he brakes. Just past 100 metre board, I think about 80 metres there. Halvlaw, the GP2 leader, T. Jonas has just put it in chat. Don't say that about GP2. Everyone knows how much I love GP2, but I love Premier as well. I have to be nice.
Cool.
Few more people rooting for Dolby. Yes, he wants his sock tonight, and I will give him his sock if he wins.
I think we're all just a bit biased towards Dolby, to be honest with you.
It's the best name possible, to be fair.
If you can't support Dolby, there's something wrong with you.
As I said, it's either for Davizioso in MotoGP or Dobby because he's a house elf. We're going to assume he's a house elf driving the car because we like that. So Valakos comes across the line at 1:11.6, which doesn't move him anywhere. Oh wait, no, yeah, it improves on his lap time, but doesn't move him anywhere. Here's Glock. There's not out the pits. Here's Steva. Seeing pretty much the same drivers right now. Let's have a look at Carlos. We haven't looked at Carlos in a while.
McSill coming back out. He wants pole. He's hungry for it.
It is interesting. Here is Carlos going a little bit wide. DRS open on the Sauber. Can he improve on it? It's straight at the P11. And Valakos has retired from in Sector 2. Does he think he can't do enough?
Maybe.
Or it's a crash, one of the two.
I don't know where he was. I don't think there was a crash.
I see yellow flags on board with Sayuza now. We'll see if there is a stricken Force India anywhere. No, he's pulling off a track. So that is down to he doesn't think he can do any better than he is right now.
I mean, you don't want to ruin the tyres. He's gonna start the race on those tyres. There's no point putting an extra lap in.
AJ to the P, retiring from P17. He's starting the medium tyres. He is thinking he can go straight for the alternate strategy, which would be brilliant to see if that could happen. Here is Sayuza still in P10, aiming to improve on that. We know he can. Yeah, people saying that Valakos is in a bad position with that strategy. It is pretty bad where he is, but at the same time, it could be interesting. We don't know what's going to happen in the race, and we don't know if there'll be a safety car after lap 1 or anything. Here's Sayuza coming around the final corner now. DRS opening on the Mercedes. Can he get pole position in their home race? No, it's P5, but he's still going to have a lap in it. The other Mercedes is... Where is he? He's in the midpoint of his lap, throwing the car around. Just trying to get there. Can it be pole position at their home Grand Prix? Nikos right there, up there, saying Ferrari can have this tonight. Sayuza retires from P5. I just realised I'm talking excitedly over iSpot. Hello, mate.
I'm just like, I'm mind boggled and like, one, why the restrictions is just not there, and two, why, how they're so quick. It's crazy.
Mixilius, Nikos has retired. Here comes Senna. Can Senna improve? Senna can't improve. It's a Ferrari on pole right now. But which Ferrari? Can it be anyone else?
Coming into the final sector, racing going past the Mercedes grandstand.
Oh, Dobby! Dobby's out qualifying! He's hit Futo! Big crash for Dobby. The Renault was going very slow. It wasn't Futo. It was Ollie. Dobby was going slow, and that is the end of qualifying now. I didn't see any penalty, but what a big crash for Dobby.
I didn't see that.
Marking USC almost blocking Mixilius. Mixilius won't thank you for that. Is Mixilius going to get pole position? I don't think he will. No, he won't. It's going to be Nikos on pole position here. If Hamilton can't get it right now, it's Ferrari at Mercedes' home hunting ground. Hamilton's retired, and that means Nikos is on pole position. Big,
I didn't catch what happened with Dobby.
Big crash coming through just on the entrance to the stadium section. Big crash. Ollie was going very slow on the infield, and just Dobby took his wheel off on the back end. What a big crash. There you go. That is our grid. If you could run through that for us, mate.
We have Nikos on pole position, followed by F1 Senna in the Force India. We have Mixilius Drama in the second Ferrari, which is very good for both the Ferraris tactically wise. Dobby, again after a huge crash according to JB, which I did not see in the Red Bull Toro Rosso. And then Sayuza on the softs ahead of,
Fotio.
Fotio. And then Stam, he has a big tyre advantage over them. Then Mark UNFC, Valakos, Ollie, and a few other people.
We'll run through the rest of the grid as we get over qualifying, but that was a big crash for Dobby. And he's not going to be thanking him for that. I'll tell you that now.
Pretty annoyed I'd be.
Oh, yeah.
Very,
he got...
Very
you just experienced for the first time how loud I get when someone crashes.
I mean, you were shouting when I rewatched what happened to me. You were shouting.
Mate, there's been one point when I physically left my left the chair or left my because sometimes I do commentary standing up depending on where I am, and I genuinely jumped at one point when I was commentating on something. All right, so we're here in Hockenheim. You see the pit lane lights right at the end are red. I haven't got any names on the side of my screen though.
No, I'm looking at the pit lane.
Yeah, I haven't got any names though saying who's signing in, so that's a bit worrying. On the plus side, nice picture.
Yeah.
I still can't get over that crash. Such a big accident. Ah, there they are.
I wish you would have seen it, honestly.
So here we are. getting ready for the formation lap of the car. So Nikos leads us away. That's the wrong button. But he is leading us away. Let's have a look at the tyre advantages. So many people swapping the medium tyres. AJ going for the soft tyres, actually. And KLC73 going for the ultra soft tyres from the back of the grid. So he'll be quick to watch. 20 cars here, and let's go through the grid. With Nikos on pole position ahead of Senna in P2. Mixidius Drama in P3 and Dobby in P4. Sayuza in P5 and Photo in P6. Stam in P7 and Mark NUFC in P8. Valakos is in P9 and Ollie is in P10. Outside of the top 10 is Hamilton in 11th and Francis in P12. Orchard David in P13 and Steber in P14. Carlos GB is in P15 and Peter Solheim is in P16. Glocky is in P17 and AJ to the P is in P18. Lee is in 19th but he is not racing, and KLC73 is in P20. There we go.
Oh, Ollie is just doing donuts.
Is he?
Yeah, he just was, yeah.
Did he spin up, did he?
He just lost the back end, just went round.
Look at everyone weaving to get heat into their tyres. KLC has left the session once more. Okay, that doesn't bode well for his race. It seems that there's a bit of lag coming off him, which means he keeps leaving the session. So,
I mean, he would have been on the ultra soft. Like, I wouldn't have seen a lot coming from him anyway.
He's rejoined now, so should be interesting. So Nikos leads us on to the grid now for the first time, for his first time on pole position. That's brilliant for Nikos in Ferrari to get pole position at Mercedes' home ground, passing Mercedes there and then passing Dobby.
Hope he doesn't do what Mark did last time.
Yeah, we saw a big spin off the safety car restart for Mark, which was really heartbreaking to see, as Mark had worked so hard to get high up where he was, and everyone leads back on him. We're going to stay on board with Senna actually in P2 because we've got a better angle of what the grid will look like as we go racing. Oh yeah, 34 laps of the German Grand Prix. Are you ready, Ice?
I am 100% ready.
Let's see, finally, what the Premier Division can show us here in Hockenheim. There is KLC just coming up. I want to call him KFC, but it's KLC just coming up right now at the end of the grid after him rejoining the car. Time to get moving for 5 red lights here in Hockenheim. I haven't got the lights available on my screen for some strange reason, but we'll see when all the drivers launch away. Must be a hell of a start or something.
Something's going on.
Might be a lag start from us. Here we go. KLC has left the session once more. 5 red lights here in Hockenheim. The lights are out and the drivers are away now, and a brilliant start from Senna in P1, heading straight into P2, and it seems that Nikos had a bad start. Oh, look at that big cut for Mixidius in P3. Sector 1, there is a yellow flag. Steber is out early on in the racing, but Senna off the line straight there. Ollie is fighting someone. Ollie is fighting tooth and nail. Lots of drivers getting close up to one another as everyone gets ready to go racing here. And look at that. Who is in the Haas? That's Stam. Stam trying to go around the outside of Fotio. Here on lap 1. Is it happening? Oh, look at that. On the inside, it's Mark.
Oh, they're colliding.
Oh, big smash with Sayuza.
Oh my, there's like 10 drivers within like 3/10. This is ridiculous.
There we go, passing into the Nice King. Safety car deployed, everybody. Safety car has been deployed. On lap 1 here is again, and look at that. Senna, what a brilliant start for the Force India driver.
Launched in front of him.
It's like Nikos had a bad lag start or something, but he just didn't move, did he?
No.
But still, P2 is enough as the safety car has been deployed, so this will give the Oxoff drivers chance to pit if they so wish. But we have no cause for them to pit as of yet. This will help them in their campaign. We've lost one driver in this race, and that is Steber in the Williams, and that is unfortunate as Williams will be scoring no points tonight, and Lee, I don't think, will be racing himself. I think he might be pulling into pit lane here. We go on board with him now. Nikos and Dobby do pull into pit lane. Is that for nose changes?
That's probably...
Nose change for the Ferrari, I think. No nose change for the Ferrari.
Wait. Is he on softs or mediums? It's flickering between them both.
Go which one on the tower? Lee now retires, so that is no points for Williams tonight. What on the tower, on the next of us, is what it all the drivers getting slow, and it seems that they've missed the safety car, so Senna has got to slow down and make everyone wait until the safety car comes round, and that's quite an interesting one. Hopefully there's no damage right now.
It's interesting he went onto softs and not the mediums. Because I feel like the mediums can do the vast majority of this race.
It would be interesting to see. Lee saying he would have carried on, but you know what, Lee, your missus will not like that. Fletcher no longer races with us tonight, which is unfortunate to see. But yes, Fletcher has moved on to other things, and we wish him well here at SpeedForce. But yes, what a brilliant thing. And we'll see what everyone started with. Senna in P1 and Mixilius in P2. Seuza in P3 and Mark NUFC in P4, followed by his teammate Francis in P5. And it's Ollie in P6 and Hamilton in P7. Archie Davis in P8, ahead of his teammate. In P9 is Carlos. P10 is Glocky, and P11 is Peter Solheim. P12 is Nikos, and then P13 is Dobby. P14 is Stam, and P15 is Focho. Then there's Valakos in P16. KLC is in P17 and HTTP is in P18. There we go. What a brilliant run for that. So you see some drivers have already stopped.
Yeah, only 2 more Ultrasofts left.
Be interesting to see. Be interesting because remember the safety car is gonna like hail their tyres just a bit. But look at that, Senna's going, you know what, I want to slipstream off this car.
Yep. I would have thought maybe Sayuza's in the best position now because like it's only a 1-stop for him, but it potentially is a 2-stop for these 2 guys in front of him, depending on how aggressive they are.
From what we saw yesterday, it was a 2-stop for anyone that ran over ultra soft at the start and then went on to softs mid-race.
My money's on Sayuza.
Sayuza is interesting. Peter Solheim's down in 11th. That's many people's vote for this.
We need Dobby to come back through.
People are saying that Mixilius gained a huge advantage by cutting turn 1. Well, I think the stewards will have to review that, but look at all of this. I think Dobby will be interesting to watch, but then again, we're biased with the name Dobby. It's just awesome. There will be podium interviews. Hopefully the drivers will come in here and we can hear them chat away, but we will see on timing as well. So if it gets too late, I will not be able to conduct the interviews, so I do have other things to do tonight, unfortunately. But yes, we finally got here.
Yeah, I have stuff to do literally the second ascent, so I won't be able to do it.
Well, we'll see what happens. It might be that podium interviews get pushed back one more week here in GP2 in Premier Division. Safety car will not be in. It'll be in next lap, I think. We'll see the lights go out on the safety car around here, and I believe that's what they'll say that it'll be coming in. I think it's one more lap in the safety. Oh no, it is in this lap. So lights are out on the safety car as everyone gets ready to go racing here. Once more, Senna going a little bit wide now. Will Senna get the perfect launch? Remember, they have to wait for the safety car to go through. Senna not really slowing them down. He's going to be racing the safety car. He's not careful. Getting ready to go now. Is Mixilius going to get a better launch, or is Sayuza in the background? Safety car still on track. This is going to be very close. He hasn't really slowed them down enough, has he?
Yeah. No, he needs to slow them all the way down.
There we go. Safety car can't overtake yet. Cannot overtake the safety car when it's in the pit lane. Green left lights, and there we go. DRS has been enabled as everyone launches away. And a brilliant start from Mark NUFC, who's going for Sayuza's move, but Sayuza defending it. You see Nikos going wide. No, sorry, Mixilius going wide, who gets a penalty. Sector 1. Oh, that's Petter. Petter Solheim is out. Will that be another safety car? Mixilius drama pulls round, and he is now in the lead of the Grand Prix ahead of Senna. Who's going to be brave with the brakes, though?
May slip it up the inside.
Oh, Sayuza!
Better of it. Oh, Sayuza.
Oh, clouting a little bit there. Carlos GB losing position to Glocky. Sayuza is in the lead, is going for P2. He's still there. Is Senna able to hold on? Senna does not hold on. Where's Mark? Mark NUFC not able to complete the move as of yet. What a brilliant set of racing we have so far. Whoa, very wide once more. Very wide for both, for a Red Bull and a Ferrari there.
Yeah, KLC's right behind Dobby. Was thinking about going up the inside 2 corners ago. Thought better of it.
Once again, we have to remind everyone DRS has been enabled, and Mixilius Drama is trying to go straight for it. He's trying to break the DRS. He has broken DRS, and it'll be interesting. Dobby has lost a position to KLC, though. Where is Dobby? He's doing side by side. He's running out of road. Dobby and him making a little bit of contact. KLC pulling wide, but it's all right. See Stam pulling into the pit lane. So this will be interesting. DRS has been enabled, and let's see how many drivers can fight now. Everyone is within DRS range, and it's going to get very dicey into these couple of corners now.
Such a hole being punched into the air. Ridiculous.
Here's Mark
The driver's
NUFC in the Red Bull. Just shout if you see anything, mate, because you see Hamilton in the background passing a Renault, and down the inside is Mark NUFC. Hamilton passing Ollie, Ollie passing
Hamilton's
Hamilton.
on the outside. You kind of got hung out to dry on the outside. Nothing you could do. No grip out there.
Senna's tyres are ready to go. Francis down the inside early. That's a big dive bomb. He's bumped and scratched him a little bit through. They're still fighting for it. They're going to spin around if they're not careful. But Francis, with a lot of body contact there, slices his way through.
You reckon Senna's tyres are giving up because he's not being able to catch them. He's just falling back.
I don't know. I think Senna. Oh, it's very interesting. I think Senna's tyres may be on the way out already. But look at Mixidius. He is losing time. I think Mixidius' tyres are starting to melt as well.
Oh yeah. Sayers is a lot closer now.
DRS re-enabled now on the cars. The Mark NUFC is the fastest man on track. Lap 6 here.
100%, yeah, I see.
Has Senna pitted though?
Senna. No, he hasn't.
Keeping an eye on everything right now. The all-saying eyes.
And have a run on Ollie. A better run. But they both have DRS.
Here we go, down the inside for Hamilton. What a brilliant move. Has he gone for Senna too? He has! He hit Senna! Peter Solheim is left after crashing his car, unfortunately. Look at that! 3 wide, and Hamilton still slices away past Senna. Hamilton and Senna fighting. Tell you what, that would have been a dream argument. But there we go. Ollie off the track a little bit. He's got damage on his wing. Ollie has a damaged front wing, I think.
So does Sayuza. Sorry, Hamilton.
Sayuza 2 tenths away from Mixidius. That Ferrari is losing its power. And I think
you have to pit. Surely you have to pit.
AJ to the P, a 3-second penalty. Look at that. Mixidius carrying on. 2 tenths, 1 tenth separate them. Is this the move into turn 1 for the lead of the Grand Prix? No. It doesn't look like it will be yet. No. Sayuza thinking tactically. He is in the lead of the championship.
Kind of confused why Mixidius isn't pit, because he's just going to lose time to further drivers behind get stuck in traffic, which he just doesn't want at all.
This should be a pretty easy move. Look at this.
Just sitting duck. Yeah.
Mercedes rounding outside. Mixidius passing the Ferrari, already ahead by the end of the DRS zone. Look at that. Just slipping it straight through. And Mark is thinking, right, my turn.
Yeah, Mark wants a bit of that. Side by side for Hamilton though and Senna. Once again.
Hamilton and Senna still going at it again. Look at that. Senna is trying to give it back to him. Oh, Senna's missed his braking point. Oh, he's lost his front wing.
Damage.
Everyone very close. Dobby, Glocky, sorry, is losing positions now. He's lost the position to Carlos. The medium tyre is starting to run out of puff. Oh.
David's now on the back of Senna. Maybe make something happen out the last corner.
Could be interesting. Senna, remember, will have DRS. Whoa! Well, Senna's pitting. Senna in the pits.
That looked like a very aggressive defensive move.
Mark and UFC's about to pass Mixidius. This should be a pretty easy dive bomb from the Red Bull. Yeah, there it is. Oh, he's gone for it. Maybe a little bit far back, but he's gone for it. Nick also getting a 3-second penalty as well, adding to their woes at Ferrari.
Yeah. Force India and the Renault both getting those changes. I think due to Hamilton.
Mixidius is back past Mark for a second, but Mark going, nope, this is my position, I'm sticking with it. And a very confident defence there from Mark.
I mean, 8 laps on those ultras. I mean, sorry, like 6 because of the safety car. That's quite impressive.
Could be interesting to see what's happening. You've got Dobby now trying to come under pressure from KLC. It doesn't look like KLC is as close as he would seem. Here's AJ to the P. Guys, eyes on Valikos. Very, very close racing all throughout the field right now. Got to keep our eye on everything. There's a lot of battles we may miss. Do apologise for that.
Most battles are near the front.
On board with Francis and Mixidius finally pits. Here's Nikos in the Ferrari trying to get past Glock. Is Glock going to be in the way of Ferrari? I don't think he is right now.
No, he's clear.
It seems that KLC and Dobby going side by side. Dobby can't defend, but Dobby is on the medium tyres from the early stop he's on, so he will be quick towards the end of the Grand Prix.
I mean, he does have DRS. He could. I think he's going to take this back.
Glock passing Carlos. Sorry to interrupt you, mate. Brilliant bit of a double lock up though for Glocky, and Carlos going for a switchback. Carlos has got it right. Dobby's passing KLC. KLC is passing Dobby. Right now we're looking at the Sauber versus the Toro Rosso. Who's going to go in there? It looks like, oh, they're still side by side, and it looks like the Glock is able to slip it on the inside of Carlos. Carlos going for the switchback. Brilliant racing here. Little bit of a touch from the wheels there, and Carlos is ahead once more on board with Glock.
I think everything you just said matched what Dolly was doing with KLC to the T.
Brilliant.
It's exactly what they just did. Yeah.
Dual commentary.
Yeah.
Sayu's another fast amount of track, and he is 2 seconds clear of Mark and the other Red Bull. And this is getting fantastic. Fotio getting a time penalty. Ollie has lost it in sector 2 though. Let's have a look at what happened there. He is losing it all over the place. Those tyres seem to be struggling.
Yeah, I'm not agreeing with the heat. So I mean, he already span out on the formation lap, so I don't know if he's just on Sen again. Oh, he's left.
He has left the session in. Okay, that's going to frustrate drivers. The rule is if you're done with racing, retire in the pit lane out of respect to everyone else. Carlos GB coming under threat now from Glock. Glock is now going to try and leave him open to let who's that, Nikos through, but it's not able to do it yet. Carlos trying to go for the switchback, not enough yet. Glock double lock up once more into the hairpin. Who's going where right now? And it seems that Glock is able to defend magnificently from Carlos and Nikos. This amazing battle here.
Valakos went wide. He's going to drop back. He's got a horrible exit on Dobby. Dobby will gain a few tenths from that. I'd be glad to hear that.
Dobby's still far behind, still just close behind KLC. I see Carlos losing the rear end just a bit on the curbs. Nikos is still right behind him though. This could get dicey. Carlos has got to attack and defend at once, and this is a no mean feat for a driver. The corner of turn 1, Nikos gaining an advantage. That is a big advantage game right there, wasn't it? Should really hand back that position, I think.
I think he was flat out around the corner. I think
he cut the corner. Yeah. I was on board with him.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
So he scores a big advantage, really. He should hand back this position. Can Carlos gain back the position, though, on him? It looks like he might go for a dive bomb now. Nikos, no, going defensive. Carlos has gone for the dive bomb. He's trying to go around the outside. He's trying it. Meanwhile, we've got Christmas tree tyres on Nikos, but he is on the soft tyres. Dobby, Valakos has been passed by AJ. AJ going deep, though. Is Valakos going to be able to get back round the outside, the inside of him? Sorry, I'm talking right over you, mate, but I'm so used to doing this on my own. And there he goes. Is AJ going to be able to do it? AJ's trying to go back road.
He's very unsure about doing that. He did not want to chop off a bit of his front wing, especially with the medium tyres on as well. Yeah,
that will kill your strategy if you're doing that. Nikos is past Carlos. Yeah, we saw that earlier.
He's right with him. He's in a dive bomb.
Oh, into the stadium section. Number 1 car showing its worth.
Yeah, I don't know what Valakos did, which made him lose all that time, but he's now behind.
Is Fotio, the last Renault remaining. He's having a look at Stam.
Whoa.
What's
Carlos
that?
Carlos was on the gravel and he hit the wall and now he's behind KLC.
Oh.
I just caught it. He's made a mistake somewhere.
Sauber seems to be struggling. Let's have a look at the other Sauber driver of David. David's got his eyes on Hamilton. The Orchard flag flies as the Irishman tries it on Hamilton. Is not happening. Yet the man running an Irish helmet is still trying to pass Hamilton as Nikos passes Glock in the background.
Glocky and Nikos, jeez, it's very close.
Valakos once again having a fight. Sorry, go on.
Side by side. Yeah, I was going to say, Glocky was just pushing Nikos around the corners.
Very interesting to see all of these drivers, how they're coping right now. Let's have a look at Orchard David once more. He is on a good position. It seems like he's got more pace than Hamilton. Hamilton seems to be struggling tonight. He pits. Pitting. Hamilton's in.
Just under 21 laps on mediums. Did they go that? I don't know how far the mediums go.
Ooh, from last night, we saw they started to struggle around 20 laps in. That could be dangerous. Nikoski, a time penalty as Glocky tries to pass him. But it seems that...
No, he's changing his front wing. Hamilton.
Ooh, new nose on the Mercedes. So it might be that he's been driving injured for a while. Let's have a look now at Fotio. Fotio almost losing it as he comes through the final corner, trying to close up to who's that? Stam ahead of him. Stam getting a time penalty for going a little bit wide at turn 1, but it's not really affected him yet. 7 tenths separate Fotio and Stam.
Let's reply to this message for 2 seconds.
It's alright. Mixilius drama is now on the back of Valakos. Mixilius, who's determined to make up for his poor start. Sorry, not determined to make up for his early pit stop, is in P12 right now. Mark pits as well. So is this the time for the soft tyres to come in?
I mean, he's got some gravel marks in the front left, so I guess he's gone wide and then deciding he doesn't want to do it to deal with that anymore. But he goes on to softs again. Oh wait, he's on mediums. Okay, the game's glitching. Cheers for that, Codemasters. Maybe a little an idiot.
Valakos coming under pressure from Mixilius. Mixilius running a little bit on the gravel himself to slow the car down, but it's okay. A-OK. Ferrari thinking, right, we need to pass this Force India quickly, and he's so much braver on the brakes right there. So 5 laps on these medium tyres. I know it says soft tyres in the car, but they are medium tyres on the tower, so we trust that tower more. But he's getting closer. 12 laps on Valakos' tyres. This should be a pretty textbook move for Mixilius, and it has been.
Is he gonna? No, he thinks better of it. And that AJ nearly got past Mark right there.
Could be interesting. Yeah, here is AJ now, the McLaren driver, trying to get round and pass him. Doesn't. Oh, he cut the corner quite dramatically there, didn't he?
Yeah. A lot of oversteer.
A few drivers seem to be struggling with that tonight. Ah, there it is. A penalty for AJ, which sucks. That's 6 seconds added to his time now. Orchard David pulls into pit lane as well. So I think this is time for the soft runners to start to pit. And AJ, the only driver not to have pitted, apart from a few drivers haven't pitted who are running medium tyres, but it seems that AJ is thinking, yeah, I can do this.
I don't know how long Sayuz is going to be at go. I mean, he's been in clear air the entire time.
Yeah, his tyres might be alright.
Maybe get another lap out of him.
Oh, Fotio! Big snap of oversteer and almost walling it. Well done to catch that. I probably would have lost it there. Here is Dobby. Dobby going down the outside of Carlos, who's brave on the brakes. Well, it's Dobby going, yeah, you know what? Master is free, so he's going to slide around. No, he spat into him! Oh, losing it on the curb.
I don't know if he lost wing there. Might have done, unless it was tyre contact.
It looked like tyre contact. I don't think either of them any damage. That was, made me jump.
It's brought Mark right into this. Mark's right behind them both on better tyres.
Yeah, Mark has got his eyes on P6 and he thinks he can do it. Oh, thinking about the inside. No, he's done it. He shafted Carlos right off there. What a brilliant move. Sayers pulls into the pit lane.
No, I mean, Carlos knew he was coming. I mean, a few people, I think, wouldn't have seen that, and that would have been an absolute, monstrosity.
Oh, a little tap there between the Italian teams and... Look at that. Perfect run there. Mark's tyres just so good right now. Here's KLC as he's pushing Glocky once more through the corners. Making him work for it, isn't he?
Yeah, Sayuz are also pitted. He's now behind KLC. I don't know if he's in the DRS, so he's going to be pulled along. Away from Mark, which is good.
Round the outside is KLC. Snapping in. Who's there? I think Glock's not able to hold it. He is. Oh, and so he's going to be thinking, God, I've got to stay away from this battle. This could go wrong. AJ being passed by Mixilius. Ooh.
It's as if they're trying to recreate what happened yesterday.
Seems to be a bit messy right now. The drivers seem to be struggling to even get past. It shows Germany is difficult to pass at.
It is. It doesn't seem it, but it really is.
Because there's so many tight sections that go through puberty again. This is a very tight section through here. And you see that Sayusa is just thinking, I've got to buy my time here. And that's what Sayusa's got to think. He's got to think, I can't pass them now, like Max would think. You've got to go methodically, think very gently. But it seems he's going to have the run on Glock now. But I would not overtake him yet. He's going to be trying to go for KLC. Overtake him now. Carlos pulls into pit lane.
Defend it, though.
Look at that. Showing.
Textbook move that.
Yeah. Sayuza showing off. The man who...
Yeah, he is in DRS.
With DRS, is it 2 in 1 corner? KLC going in defensive now. Look at that move. Who's right there? Oh, well defended from KLC. Well defended indeed.
Oh, it's a late move from KLC.
Oh, very dangerous here for the fast kink. Who's on the inside? It's still KLC. KLC runs him right off the track. Oh, Sayuza bumping him back, going, "Hey, you push me one, I'll do it too."
I'd take so much more care if I was in Sayuza's seat with his wheel. Honestly, would not risk that at all through there. Because Mark is right behind. Mark is right behind him as well.
Yeah, Mark is not cleared Glock yet. As Nikos pulls into pit lane now. This should be a pretty simple move. 17 lap old tyres for KLC versus 2 lap old medium tyres for... Oh, again bumping for Sayuza. Sayuza's going to go down the inside of turn 2. Is he going to have a no? He pulls back in and Glock's thinking, God, what's happened? And Mark just went... Yeah, Mark has just slipped straight through and gone, okay, I'll take advantage here. Glock's thinking, I'm going to try and go for it.
Yeah, Sayuza needs to get on with this. He needs to literally send it.
He's going for it. He's licked the stamp. He's sent it. He's ahead. But KLC's going into the inside. He's hit him.
He's hitting again.
Again, he's hitting him right. Oh, big accident there. Big accident from KLC, and that's what happens when you lose the rear end. Sector 2 yellow flags, and we know exactly why.
Very aggressive.
Yeah, KLC.
I don't know what.
It's been caught by a few people saying, "Oh, Sayuza, no." A stop-go penalty for Sayuza for that, and I think that'll be removed because I think that was on that. But
that wasn't fair. Yeah.
It wasn't. I think that'll be
KLC
removed from his time. I know a few stewards are watching, and that has been dubbed as moving twice in the braking zone. That was moving twice by KLC, which is a little bit upsetting. But yeah.
I mean, he drove into him like twice.
Yeah, he did. There was a lot of wheels banging there. Remember, drivers are reminded not to overtake by bashing people. We've seen a few drivers doing a few evidence that won't name names right now. KLC pulls into pit lane. Yeah, well, yeah, you got a pit. You got no wing. That's what happens.
Mark.
Yeah, on board with Mark now.
Mark does have to pit.
Oh!
Mark has to pit again. I think.
You could be right there.
He does.
What tyres is he on?
There's no way they go to the end.
Yeah.
I mean, who's the next driver?
Oh, side by side! Side by side, Sayuza's still there. And Mark's still there as well. Squeezing each other, and that is perfect racing. Look at the respect that Mark just gave Sayuza. Look at the respect Sayuza just gave Mark. Mark losing the rear end, but he's able to catch back up. And look at that. Absolutely very respectful there between the Red Bull and Mercedes drivers. David's gone! Oh, big collision! David has hit someone!
Whoa. He's in the middle of the track. That is really not very good.
There's a lot of polystyrene in there. What's happened? Has Hamilton hit him?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
I don't know. Francis pits.
Hamilton has damage on his wing again.
Oh dear. Goes from bad to worse for Hamilton there. Struggling.
Nice.
Senna now thinking, right, I'm going to pass him.
Yeah.
Whoa! Late choice into the pit lane there from Hamilton. I'm assuming that was down to his damage, not down to the fact that he couldn't decide whether he wanted to go in or not. Now, back to the battle for the lead is Mark. Sorry that I'm not giving you a chance to speak, Ice, but he's going down the inside. Look at that.
I mean, as long as you keep with him, he has to pit again. I can't see him getting to the end and they'll just die. Those tyres will just die off.
I think Sayuza's sort of thinking that now. He's thinking, okay, I've got to wait.
Stay in his... Yeah. If you can make him do defensive moves and make him not make it like disrupt his tyres, he should be half decent.
Should be interesting. And I apologise, you won't be able to see the top 3 for a bit because I've just got a notification. Need to turn them off. Need to remember to turn them off. But But yes, Mark NUFC is now leading the race here on lap 20 out of 34. So 15 laps remain here in the Hungaroring. In Hockenheim. Wow, I'm getting my tracks mixed up. Dobby is just passing his teammate now for P3. So he's on 20 lap old tyres. This is the point now in GP2 where we saw drivers starting to struggle on those tyres.
I mean, is Dobby going to the end on those set of tyres?
I wouldn't risk it from what I saw in GP2. But if he wants to, he can.
I mean, his left front is already got lines on it.
Whoa! Very defensive there from Mark, but it seems that Sayuza is still with him. KLC is the fastest man on track. Well, yeah, you just go out of the pit lane, but it seems that he's all okay. Here's Valikos closing in on Nikos. A lot of losses here. If anyone gets that reference, please put it in the chat. God, I'm so old. Mark NUFC still under pressure, but it's pushing down on him. Oh ho! Damn it! Queen songs.
Hamilton did pit again.
Hamilton has pulled into pit lane. Yes. Well, he did. He needed his new front wing, didn't he?
Yeah. I mean,
on
even
board.
so, he still got the corner.
On board with Senna, got his eyes on P8 as Maxilius Dobby pits now, following his teammate who pitted last lap. So he's decided to go on for another tyre. I think soft tyres will take him to the end now.
Down the inside maybe for Francis? No. Waits for the longer straight. Maxilius is going to not have the best run, whereas Francis will.
Yeah, Maxilius has to take a defensive line, take us through this move here, Ice.
He's going to be in the slipstreams down the inside. He's going to be past him before he even has to brake. As I can't actually see it, he does, yeah. He's already covered him off. There's no way he's getting past him, Maxilius. Maybe wait for a mistake from Francis into these next three corners, as they can be difficult if you apply pressure, but Francis has that one done. P3 for Francis.
Very interesting. Obviously, penalties will be playing a part in this Grand Prix. Sayuza now thinking, you know what? You've had your fun, Red Bull. This is my track. I'm in a Mercedes, my race. Let's see what we can do if Mercedes can have a back-to-back winner here in Premier Division. But remember, he still has that 5-second penalty that will convert. Oh, Mark losing it. It will convert into an unserved penalty. I think 5 seconds added to his time, but we will probably remove that down to a few incidents later on in that if he so chooses. Mark is losing it. AJ, another time penalty. Oh, poor AJ seems to be struggling here.
The user might be past him on this straight.
Mark's tyres may be starting to give up now. He's been pushing hard on them, hasn't he?
I'm kind of confused as to why he even pitted for softs anyway. I know that's what the alternate strategy says, but it isn't quicker. Sayuza just goes clean around the outside before he even gets to the braking zone. He's already fended him off. So, but
he's got deep.
Oh, it's going to destroy his back tyres, his rear tyres. Mark maybe get down the inside into this next left-hander. No, he covers it off.
Mercedes and Red Bull fighting into this corner. This isn't the first time we've seen it this week.
Oh, Sayuza nearly lost it. Mark's drifting.
Ooh.
This is more like a dirt rally than an F1 game.
Ah, very close together. But it seems Mark is alright as I go through a few more sets of puberty there. Senna passing, Senna and AJ having a battle in the background. We'll have a look at that in a minute, but this is for the lead of the Grand Prix right now. And Sayuza's thinking, right, I've got to start getting past this guy because he's starting to annoy me. He must be sick of seeing that Aston Martin logo on the back of his car.
Yeah, Senna did get past AJ. AJ was very far wide. I don't know if he was pushed wide, but he was very far wide. Might sail went up the inside.
Oh, Mark hassling Sayuza, trying to run him off the track, but Sayuza's going, no, I'm going to hold my line. You can't try that.
So we have a repeat of last lap.
It will be battle 492 here in Hockenheim. Sayuza goes down the outside of Mark. It seems he's swapped to the inside, trying to make Mark work for it, and Mark is definitely working for it. Look at that. Oh! Didn't leave him any room there. Oh, Sayuza loses the back end. More punches. I tell you what, if this had been real life, those side pods would have been absolutely punctured by now. Oh no! Mark is out! Oh no!
Sayuza's gone very wide. Oh dear.
Whoa! What happened there? Now that should be a safety car if you ask me. As it's starting to get very dark here in Hockenheim. What an accident.
I was on board with AJ at the time, but I think Sayuza may have turned into him. I'm not positive.
I think from what I saw, I think Mark may have lost the back end and like span into Sayuza. I'm not too sure. That'll have to be taken to the stewards, but that was a big incident for Mark.
Oh, you just don't want to see it. Realistically, they're having such a good fight as well.
Definitely don't. And Mark, oh. But now Francis is going to try and go for the lead, and Sayuza must be. I tell you what, if Sayuza has not got a damaged car from that, he must be counting his lucky stars.
100%.
Now Dobby and Glock are looking at trying to get past Valakos, who's been on those tyres for quite a long time, 23 laps on those medium tyres. Be interesting. This should be an easy move for Glock as he tries to come through. Very straight. KLC and Stan passing each other. Down round the outside is Glock, and here on board with Dobby, you can see it, and slicing straight across him in the braking zone is Glock, and he's going to try and stay ahead of Valakos. Valakos, this might be a bit of a team tactic here, just going, hey, you know what, slow him down a little bit and I'll get past him. And he's not able to pass him as of yet. See, this sector here is very difficult to pass in. It is getting darker and darker here in Hockenheim. We could see some rain in the last 10 laps of this Grand Prix.
Francis, oh jeez, what a catch. It nearly went into the barrier here. Crazy.
The Red Bull pushing.
Aren't putting up to it. The soft tyres don't like it. The rears just don't like it at all. They're just sliding everywhere.
Dobby has passed Valakos and he'll go straight after his teammate now. This is mental. Whoa! Valakos almost losing it as well.
He's out of Paris, the Ollie has goes to the car.
Remember that Sayuza is on 10-lap old medium tyres versus Francis, who's on 6-lap old soft tyres. This will be an interesting fight. So could Francis take his first win in SFR? Or is Sayuza going to go, no, I'm going to take my 490th? But I still can't get over that massive accident.
Ridiculous.
It was a shock.
I mean, he hit the wall, and how did he get him into the middle of the racetrack?
He bounced off it, mate. Remember, these cars bounce.
Hit him at that much speed. That's ridiculous.
It was all caught on board on the stream. Big accident there. This time it was a Mercedes. It was a Red Bull being taken out of that corner instead of the Mercedes that got an incident yesterday. Oops.
Francis is just picking up penalties. I think it only has the 5. I'm not sure.
He's pushing absolutely furiously, but it's getting the penalties is just a bit far for Francis, isn't it?
Let me have a look if Sayuza has any penalties.
Sayuza now defending from Francis. Francis is gone round the outside even before the braking zone. And now Sayuza's thinking, oh, I had to fight another Red Bull. Now I'm going to fight this one too. The number 6 car running very wide. Sayuza loses the back end just a bit. And Francis is back behind though. Rain! It's raining!
Oh, it is.
It is raining here in Hockenheim. We have rain at the end of this Grand Prix. Now, will it be enough to cause everyone to switch onto intermediate tyres? This could be interesting. But right now, it's still light rain, and it'll be interesting to see what happens now.
Oh, God. It's going to be... Everyone's just going to be sliding everywhere. I don't think they'll pit. I think they'd rather have the track position than have to re-overtake everyone else again.
Sayuza struggling in these conditions already. The track very greasy. So Francis, look at that, and that's another penalty, definite penalty. He gained well, I don't know if he gained time there, but it did. I
mean, Sayuza has the stop go, which probably will the 5 seconds, which will be removed, and then he has a 1 3-second penalty, but Francis has 6 seconds.
KLC's on the infield. He's waiting in the track. I don't know what he's doing. KLC has left the session. I think that's marking the end of his SpeedForce racing career because, what was that? Sayuza has lost the position though to Francis. The rain is settling on the Mercedes and this is going to get very interesting. Stam has pitted. Is that early? Has he gone for Inters already? I can't say that it'd be ready for Inters already. It might be though.
Yes, he's on for Inters.
I tell you what, it's getting very heavy here in Sector 3, so it could be that we're going to see Inters already, and if the teams are going, get on the Inters, Yeah, same with Fotio. Everyone going for different. DRS disabled. It's intermediate time.
Oh
I'm too
my
excited about the rain.
Lord. Oh, Sayusa. Oh my. Look at him. He's drifting around.
Get in the pit
his last
lane.
3 quarters.
France is cutting the pit lane here. Oh, and Sayusa's in too. Where's Mixilius? Everyone will pit. And I tell you who's going to have the best position. Stam.
Really?
Well, he's going to gain positions for all those who pit ahead of him, isn't he?
Depends what the gap is. Actually, yeah, you're correct. You'll gain a few.
Dobby's carrying on because his teammate's ahead. He's got to carry on.
Oh, Jesus. Dobby, I beg of you, you keep this car on the track.
AJ
Please.
losing in the pit lane a little bit. Dobby, a time penalty. He's still on those on the soft tyres. And there is Mixilius coming out the pit lane.
Oh
There
Dobby is just crawling.
There is rain here in Hockenheim, and it's coming down like it's absolutely nobody's business. I've never been more excited to see rain in my life. Oh, I might cry. It's so good.
Please, Dobby. Please, we need you to have 4 tyres on this car. Please.
Dobby going even wider. At this point, Dobby's thinking, right, I have... Well, we all knew that Dobby was going to be in a bad position due to the fact that his teammate was ahead of him, so he had to respect his teammate came in.
I think he's lost more time going for another lap than he would have been double stacking.
Senna's gone! Senna's lost it! See if we can find out where Senna lost it. No, he's left. He's lagged out. No, he's retired and left. Okay, that's not really how you do it, but okay. Carlos GB is now under pressure from Stam, as this will be topsy-turvy, and Dobby, oh, so close from the Haas. As Sector 2 lights up. Who is that? I'm not sure right now. Look at the gap that Francis has gained by pitting and having track position ahead of everyone else, because Sayusa got caught in the pit lane.
He's still within those 6 seconds.
Carlos losing the back end.
Alright, Dobby is in the pit lane. We can all relax.
Dobby continues on and lives to fight another lap longer. But he will be in a tough position. He's going to come out right in the middle of traffic.
Yeah, I think he would have lost less time double stacking than he did doing another lap.
Would have been interesting to see. I think it was a difficult choice, and he took the other option to what I think our dear friend Ice would have chosen. This gets interesting now. With heavy rain now coming, everyone is going to be thinking, right, everyone who's running a dry setup and decided not to go for like a mixed setup is going to be thinking, oh, I've got to keep on the track now.
I mean, that also in time trial, there is no intermediate conditions. You can only have like full wets or dry.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why I never use time trial.
Yeah, I don't know why there is no.
Stam going deep. But no, I don't use time trial because I think it gives unrealistic results because everything's optimized. Right temperature on track, right temperature in the car, everything's optimized. Versus in Grand Prix mode where it's more slightly closer to what it'd be like if you were racing online.
AJ's just drifting around the corners like it's no one's business.
He's got so many penalties at this point, he's going to be thinking, God, I've just got to finish.
He doesn't care, does he? He doesn't.
I think he does care, but at the same time, he's just had a tough race. This has been a tough race here for many drivers.
It has been very difficult.
And obviously we had the delayed start due to everything. It is getting late in everyone's countries. So everybody is going to be thinking, God, I just want to finish the race at this point. So we will not do podium interviews tonight, even though it would be wonderful to find out because I am starting to feel a bit unwell. I do apologise for that. So podium interviews will be back next week, where hopefully I'll be feeling a lot better in Hungary. We're in Hockenheim now. Jeez, I'm going to get this very confused, aren't I? It's almost like the rain has caused us all to be very muted. Not very drivers can get as close together as they'd like to get.
Yeah, there's a good few seconds between them all. Maybe Sam closest to Carlos, but other than that, not a lot to report.
Unfortunately, it's not, and you see Stam's going to lose a lot of time by going deep there. But you see these intermediate tyres doing their job, shifting the water as best we can. It doesn't look like we'll be hitting the full wet conditions as of yet, but look how dark it is. And that was quite a threatening change, wasn't it?
Yeah, it changed to like, if you blinked, you would have missed it. It was crazy how quickly the rain just come down.
That's why I barely blink when I'm doing commentary. I have little matchsticks holding my eyes open.
Jesus. Sellotape. It's more efficient.
But Carlos is under pressure from Stam. And it's interesting. All of these guys, obviously only 13 runners. Ollie will not be counted as he left the session without retiring. So he is not going to be counted. What was that?
There's only 12. There's only 12 runners.
Oh, KLC, yeah, you're right. Sorry. See, do you know why I have someone with me? Because I'm completely mental. Yeah, quite a muted end, so we will keep an eye on everything right now and see if these guys get any closer. Here is Francis right now, who is aiming to get up there. We've only got a few laps to go as he comes on to the penultimate lap of the Grand Prix, but it's going to be interesting to see how his penalties stack up against Sayuza's ones. But Sayuza, we know his stop-go penalty will be removed because that was not his fault, or at least I think it should be removed.
I mean, Stam has taken 2 tenths out of Carlos in the last few corners, so I don't know if Carlos has got an issue.
I think he's lost it a little bit there.
He's drastically saving fuel.
Doesn't look like it on Carlos's onboard shot.
I need to put the lap data on. I don't ever have that on.
I have lap data on all the time.
I just want someone to start doing donuts first, please.
Oh, Carlos has messed up a bit though. He's gone on the grass towards the almost sailing off into the barrier. I tell you what, who else is getting close? It's AJ and Dobby are getting close together as well.
Where's Dobby? Who's Dobby? AJ lost it now.
Okay, well Hamilton is now close as well to the back of Fotio. It'd be interesting to see if Fotio can keep it on track. No, he's gone a little bit wide. Stam getting another time penalty. That's not going to help anyone. Well, it's going to help a lot of drivers behind him. Fotio now is under pressure from Hamilton. Hamilton trying to salvage anything from this Grand Prix. It's been so difficult for him this race.
They'll probably have him into the hairpin, realistically. Just keep the car as straight as you can on the exit, which he hasn't done. Fotio's got away from him.
Who's got the straight line speed? It looks to be Fotio right now in these conditions.
He's in the slipstream though. He is catching him.
Not yet. Wouldn't go for a dive on there. No way. So, on the final lap of the Grand Prix, Francis is still leading ahead of Sayuza. We have no idea who's going to win this Grand Prix on penalties, because we know both of them have got big penalties. It'll be interesting to see what happens. The rain is getting heavier here in Hockenheim, and Fotio is still trying to defend from Hamilton.
A little slide from them both. He gets another penalty.
Oops. Come on to the last lap of the Grand Prix. It's going to be, drivers will be told, do or die now. Do or die, indeed. Valakos is under pressure from Dobby. Dobby, who had to do that extra lap in the rain, it seems to be struggling. Hamilton, though, is so much closer to Fotio. It's unbelievable. We've got to start timing now to see when these guys are going to get through onto the last lap and when Francis is going to come through to finish his last lap.
I mean, there's nothing to lose now for Hamilton. He's just going to send it at one of these corners.
Hamilton's got to think.
His exit's alright. Yeah, that's my.
We'll have to see what happens in a moment, because Francis is about to come round. This is going to be like last week where he lost the race win on penalties, or is it going to be like? Is it going to be completely different? Is Francis going to win? He goes very wide at the final corner, coming round now on the track. Francis wins the Grand Prix, but is it enough? Has Sayuza won?
Hamilton,
Sayuza does win the Grand Prix on penalties once more, the same as last week. And only just Stam is just out the back end of Carlos right now, as Mixilius is about to finish on the podium himself.
Hamilton went for a half-hearted dive for him. He's got 6 car lengths behind and went straight into the back of Fotio. He's kept the position though, so he's gone very wide. Oh, nearly span round.
If you need,
is just hard to watch.
Yeah,
it's difficult it is.
I think Dobby's not going to be able to pass Valakos either. If you need time, removed from your settings, just send it over to us and we will have a look. I assume that you're talking about that incident with said driver. We caught that on stream, and it looks like it should be removed anyway. But Sayuza is our winner tonight. And what a win for the man who started in P3. Mercedes take 2 wins at Germany and in Silverstone.
I think it would have been easier to solve a Rubik's Cube that was fighting back than driving the rain around there.
Look at that. Sayuza celebrating 3 different engines and 3 different teams on the podium tonight. Mercedes is on top, though, here in Hockenheim. And here are the results from the Grand Prix, but these may be subject to change due to penalties that may add in. Sayuza is in P1 ahead of Francis in P2. Mixilia started where he finished in P3. Nikos is in P4 and Glocky is in P5. Valakos is in P6 and Dobby is in P7. Carlos GB is in P8 and Hamilton is in P9. AGP is the final point scorer in P10. Stam is in P11, but here are the drivers that didn't finish. Fotio didn't finish. KLC didn't finish, Ollie didn't finish, Senna didn't finish, Mark NUFC didn't finish, Orchard David didn't finish, Peter Solheim, Lienel, who didn't actually race, and Stella didn't finish the Grand Prix. Whew.
That got very dramatic towards the end.
It definitely did, and they had everything in that race, didn't they?
Yeah, safe driving.
It seems that many drivers might not be happy with that, but it'd be interesting to see what we can say. So, as we're not able to do podium interviews tonight because I'm feeling rather unwell after this, not because of the driving, because I think I'm getting a bit of a flu, which is unfortunate. So just quickly, Ice, how did you find that Grand Prix?
I found it very entertaining. It was a lot of people were very close together, and then obviously Mark unfortunately had a collision with Sayuza, which I think was just a racing incident. I don't know, I didn't see it. But again, with the safety car and then plus the rain, it was a very good race because it challenged a lot of drivers in different aspects with different setups, and who's stronger in the rain and who's stronger in the dry.
It definitely was. And out of 10, what would you rate this race?
I'd give it a 7.5.
I think a 7.5 is a pretty good one. We did have a moment when the racing sort of muted, and that was towards the end. But yes. So this has been SpeedForce Racing for this week. If you want to watch GP2, well, that was filmed yesterday, and have a look at it on the channel. So thank you, Icebot, for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you again next week in Hockenheim. Damn it, in the Hungaro ring.
In the Hungaro ring, yeah.
Oh, wow. So, if you want to know what's next for SpeedForce Racing, next week we'll be heading to Budapest and watching the cars go around the Hungary circuit? The Hungary circuit, which is Monaco without the barriers. 7:25 will be the GP2 live stream on Wednesday, and the same time on Thursday will be the Premier Division. So, come and have a go. If you want to have a race with us, have a try. If you want to have a look at us, then just stay out here. We're going to be having a good time on commentary. Next week I'll have AJ in comms with me, and I'll hopefully have you back with me next week as well.
Hopefully.
So yes, I think it's a perfect way to end a perfect week here in Hockenheim. So, thank you to everyone who's racing. Thank you to all of you that have watched the streams. And it's time to bid you farewell until next week in SpeedForce Racing.